Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Earth Science. We are going to continue on with Chapter 2.3, Mineral Classification Number 1. Before we start our class, let's do an activity where all of us in the class will line up in the back of the room, and I'm going to choose a volunteer out of the class that will arrange the students based on appearance or noticeable traits. And the volunteer is going to create two groups, first based on some characteristic, and then split those two groups into another two or more groups based on other characteristics. And the rest of the class is going to try to guess to figure out what characteristic or trait did that person choose. And it has to be obviously something that is kind, something that is not mean or derogatory. This lab is a great way for you to identify how we go about classifying different minerals into subgroups to be able to identify them in the end. So we'll do this now in the class, and then I'm going to continue on with the lecture. Okay, so this link below is the lab that I will have also loaded for you guys for the mineral identification lab. And you will complete this on hard copy. I will load it in Google Classroom, but it will be a hard copy printout. Okay, this lab walks through 6 or 7 in particular characteristics that help you identify a mineral in question down to the name of it. The first and most obvious characteristic used to identify minerals is color. Minerals take on a variety of colors. So even though colors are very important and very obvious, it's the least important characteristic to help us identify the mineral. The good reason for this is because many of the same types of minerals come in different colors. For example, this picture here, there are 41 rock samples in question. A variety of colors, and yet all of these are quartz. So never judge a rock by its color. You will get it wrong 9 times out of 10. Okay. Moving on, number 2, another way is to understand its luster. Luster is how light is reflected from a mineral surface. Good definition. And luster has 2 main types. You have metallic and non-metallic. So just ask yourself, does this metal shine like gold, copper, silver, or iron? If it does, it's a metallic mineral. If it doesn't shine like a mineral, then it's most likely non-metallic. So the characteristics of non-metallic, instead of reading here so much, let's skip down to this. Pearly, vitreous, resinous, silky, greasy, adamantine, dull, and waxy. These are the non-metallic lusters. You can figure out what pearly would feel or look like. Vitreous, it's like glass, for example. Resinous, amber colored, it's tree sap that's been fossilized into a rock. It gives off that distinct look too. Silky, you know the feel of silky, and greasy. You can identify dull, waxy, feels like a candle. Adamantine basically looks like a diamond. Okay, very few samples do we carry that have that luster. One other bit to add when we're discussing these metallic and non-metallic is do not confuse something that shines, okay, to be metallic, okay. All right. The reason why is you can have vitreous or a chunk of beautiful quartz have a nice shiny surface. Okay, it doesn't have a metallic surface. It doesn't shine like metal. Another little clue that helps is when you're trying to compare if you're in a jam is whether or not one feels denser or not. A metallic mineral will feel more heft or more dense. That's another clue. Okay. All right. This is your this is your job. Your first two characteristics to identify the rock minerals in question that I have in class. This is what you will do. Okay. You're going to look at the minerals in the group box that have a number with them. You're going to write in your information in the shaded row of the mineral of what you think it is via its color and via its luster. And then the white line or the unshaded line will be your group's final decision or majority decision. Okay? If it is a non-metallic, you will decide which one it is. It's one of these 8. If it's metallic, it's metallic. Okay? All right, let's get to it.